Here's one that's going to get you fired up. It certainly did for me. A red light camera case. Mistaken identity, however. A California man gets hit with fines, higher insurance rates and headaches after he's mistakenly given a ticket for running a red light. Here's the problem. He never ran the light. The ticket was meant for another man who had a similar name. But it still cost the guy a ton of money, a lot of time to set the record straight. I say get rid of red light cameras. Does Judge Napolitano agree with me?
I fully agree with you for a variety of reasons, not the least of which is a mistake like this. I mean, sometimes the government literally prosecutes the wrong person because of a case of mistaken identity. But when you have the requirement of a police officer or other independent eyewitness charging that somebody ran through a red light, you are far less likely to have a case of mistaken identity than when you do it by computer. This case about which you speak was generated entirely by the error of a computer chip inside the camera. It was not generated by the error of a human being. Yet prosecutors persisted in following what the digital information told them rather than what the human information told them.
Did the guy who was mistakenly given the ticket, it wasn't him, did he get his money back?
No, he did not. There are no states in the Union, except in select circumstances, where the government is forced to compensate someone for their legal bills whom it has wrongfully prosecuted. You are looking at one of the few judges in the state of New Jersey who ever ordered that. In this particular case, I was upheld by the appellate courts because it was egregious. But most of the time when judges are asked to do that, they won't even go there. They let the prosecutors skate.
The chances of getting rid of red light cameras are slim and none because the government makes a ton of money out of them, and it's much cheaper than having a patrol officer.
Actually, in our home state, Governor Christie, responding to an overwhelming public demand that they go from Democrats as well as Republicans, I believe is not going to affirmatively get rid of them, but the legislation that authorizes them expires this Christmas. And he's indicated he will not support or sign any legislation extending it. So all those expensive pieces of equipment that you see up on the stoplights in New Jersey, they're going to sit there turned off.
But they're not getting rid of them because sometimes people, by mistaken identity, get a ticket. It's not that they're getting rid of them because an officer is not there to exercise discretion. They're not getting, they're getting rid of them because there's so many people get tickets. That's what it is.
Well, they're getting rid of them because the standard for prosecution under these red light cameras allows for no benefit for the defendant. Example. If you go through a yellow light and by the time you get to the other side of the intersection, the light is red and a cop is there, he is not supposed to ticket you. The red light camera will ticket you.
Yep.
That's a tremendous difference. Why? Because the law says if there's a benefit of the doubt, if it's a simple judgment call, if there is no interest, the defendant, not the government, prevails. Except when the camera makes the decision.
Except when the camera makes the decision.
What kind of a society is this that a camera decides when to prosecute us and not a human being?
It's an unconstitutional society, just like that pond over there, the other side of that pond.
Oh, Justin Minato, can I have a tape of Mr. Varney saying unconstitutional just like on the other side of the pond? Thank you.
I've never pretended that the British have a constitution. They have an unwritten constitution embalmed in a parliamentary democracy.
Yeah, but it's not a constitution because the parliament can change it.
Would you argue that Britons are less free than Americans? Would you seriously argue that?
Vastly less free. It is the surveillance society on steroids.
Why do you put on that fake British accent when you're saying that?
Thank you for calling it fake.
Hold on a second. You are going to be delighted to hear that you're staying over for another block.
I'm always happy to be.